Hey friends, welcome back to the Debt Sucks podcast, where we talk real money, real struggles, and real plans that actually work. I'm your host, Ben Matthews, bankruptcy attorney, financial myth buster, and the guy who firmly believes that stuffing should be its own food group. And yep, it's Thanksgiving week. That magical time when we gather with family, eat way too much, and silently judge whoever shows up with store-bought pie. Now, before we dive into this week's topic, let's take a quick look back at last week's episode. The dumbest things I've seen people do with debt and money. If you missed it, go listen. Because wow, we covered it all. From people financing vacations on high-interest credit cards to turning their homes into ATMs and calling it financial strategy. And judging by the messages I got, some of you were uncomfortably familiar with those examples. Don't worry, I said dumb things, not dumb people. Which brings us to today's episode, gratitude, gravy, and grown-up money moves. Because this time of year brings out two extremes, gratitude and chaos. One fills your heart, the other empties your wallet. And if you're not careful, your finances end up being the turkey that gets carved. So let's talk about how to enjoy the holiday without setting your bank account on fire. Segment 1, the gratitude reset. All right, let's start with something that costs absolutely nothing. Gratitude. Yeah, I know it sounds a little cheesy, but here's the truth. Gratitude is free, and it can actually make you richer. I've seen people climb out of debt faster the moment they stopped obsessing over what they don't have and start appreciating what they do. A steady paycheck, a roof that doesn't leak most days, a car that starts with a second try, the ability to keep the lights on and order fries. That stuff matters. Because the second you stop scrolling and comparing your Tuesday night leftovers to someone else's effortless aesthetic life, you'll realize half of those living their best life posts are financed at 24.99% APR. Don't let other people's highlight reels trick you into going broke for validation. When you focus on what's working, you make smarter choices with what's left. You stop panic spending because you're not chasing happiness, you're building stability. So here's your Thanksgiving challenge. Write down 3 things you're thankful for that money can't buy. Then write down 1 money mistake you refuse to repeat next month. That combo right there, it's gratitude with a game plan. And unlike that pumpkin spice latte, it actually pays you back. Segment 2, the Black Friday trap and how to dodge it. All right, let's talk about the elephant, or rather the 85-inch TV in the room, Black Friday. Every ad this week is screaming, "You're saving money." No, you're not. You're just spending it a little slower. Here's the deal. If you didn't plan for it, it's not a deal. It's a detour. And if you're swiping for it, congratulations, you just turned a doorbuster into a budget buster. And while we're at it, let's talk about this whole girl math and boy math trend that's been all over social media. You know, it was on sale, so technically I made money, or if I pay it off later, it doesn't really count. It's cute, right? Except lenders have been pitching that same logic for decades. It's not new. It's just marketing with a hashtag. They love when you justify debt with fake math because your little splurge is their quarterly bonus. So here's your Debt Sucks Black Friday survival strategy. 1, make a list, like a real list, with a pen, not mental notes you'll forget when the 60% off banner hits. Use cash or debit only. If you can't pay for it now, you can't afford it. Number 3, if it's not on the list, it's not in the cart. No exceptions. And if you're already feeling that itchy just browse energy, stop. Go download the No Credit Christmas Tracker at debtsucks.info. It'll keep you from decking the halls with credit card debt and spending January living off ramen. Remember, sales end, but interest sticks around longer than your holiday leftovers. Segment 3, family, food, and financial boundaries. Thanksgiving isn't just turkey and gratitude. It's food, family, and financial drama with gravy on top. Because for a lot of people, the real tension at the table isn't politics, it's money. Parents dropping hints about a little help, kids campaigning for expensive gadgets, and that one cousin who always just needs to borrow something until payday which somehow never seems to arrive. So here's your official Debt Sucks permission slip. You don't owe anyone financial ruin in the name of generosity. You can still say no kindly and competently and still be a good person. And if you need an excuse, use me. Seriously, tell them my money podcast guy said I can't afford to bail anyone out right now. If they don't believe you, I'll back you up. Send them the link. I've got episodes for that. Your job this season is to protect your peace and your progress. Say no to guilt. Say no to impulse swipes. Say yes to long-term stability and a stress-free January. Because nothing says I'm thankful like a balanced bank account and the ability to ignore your cousin's urgent Venmo request with a clear conscience. Listener question. This one comes from Lacey in Memphis, who writes, Ben, you talk a lot about the Shit Happens Fund, but I'm not totally sold. I mean, I've got credit cards for emergencies. Do I really need to keep cash sitting around just in case? Isn't that kind of overkill? Lacey, excellent question. And for anyone new around here, let's hit pause and define it real quick. The Shit Happens Fund is your first line of financial defense. It's a small emergency fund, usually $500 to $1,000 you stash in a boring, easy-to-reach savings account. Not for vacations, not for deals too good to pass up. It's for when life throws a wrench at you, a medical bill, or a busted appliance right at your face. Now, Lacey, let me tell you why this fund is not overkill. It's survival. Last year, the week before Thanksgiving, our stove died. Completely dead. No heat, no repair part, no backup plan. The turkey's in the fridge, the family's on their way, and I'm standing there thinking, great. Guess we're having takeout and regret for dinner. Old me, the I'll just put it on the card guy, would have panicked, swiped, and spent the next 6 months paying off Thanksgiving dinner with interest. But Shit Happens Fund me, calm, cool, credit card free. We pulled from the fund, replaced the stove, and dinner went on as planned. Turkey cooked, family fed, sanity intact. And that's the whole point. The Shit Happens Fund isn't about hoarding money. It's about buying peace of mind. Because when things go wrong, and they will, you'll either pay for it with cash or you'll pay for it with chaos. So here's your challenge this week. Start your Shit Happens Fund. Even if it's just $50. That first deposit is your way of telling life, not today. Segment 4, a Thanksgiving challenge. The gratitude rock pile. All right, let's wrap this one up with a challenge because I know you love a good challenge. This week, I want you to pull out your rock pile form at debtsucks.info and add one line next to every single debt. What did this debt teach me? Maybe it taught you to stop co-signing. Maybe it taught you to actually read the fine print. Maybe it taught you that Amazon isn't therapy, it's temptation with 2-day shipping. Whatever the lesson is, own it, learn it, and be thankful for it. Then before you put that list away, take a second to remember your wins, the debts you've already crushed, the payments you've made on time, the habits you've changed that the old you wouldn't have. Be thankful for that progress. You earned it. Now circle the one debt you're most thankful to finally be crushing. That's your next pile driver target. Go on offense. End the year with momentum, not a credit card hangover. Because gratitude isn't just about saying thank you. It's about proving to yourself how far you've come and how much further you're going. Hey, let's get real for a sec. The Debt Sucks plan, it's awesome. It works. But not everyone has the time or the patience to chip away at their financial Mount Everest. Maybe you're drowning right now, like creditors calling your grandma, paycheck gone before it lands, sleepless nights count of drowning. Sound familiar? Listen, you don't have to white knuckle your way through this alone. Instead of spending years battling debt $1 at a time, I've got you. Bankruptcy isn't a failure, it's a fresh start. And sometimes hitting reset is the smartest thing you can do. At my law firm here in South Carolina, we take the time to listen to your story and help you figure out if bankruptcy is the right choice for you. No pressure, no judgment, just straight answers and real solutions. And if you don't live in South Carolina, don't worry. I can connect you with a trusted attorney in your state. Wherever you are, help is closer than you think. So if you're ready to stop the stress and start fresh, visit debtsucks.info to share a little about your situation or call my office for a free consultation. Let's find your path forward together, because sometimes you don't need a plan, you need a damn lifeline. Let me be that lifeline. All right, friends, here's your Thanksgiving homework. Eat the pie, hug your people, skip the debt. And before you click add to cart, ask yourself, would future me be thankful for this, or would future me be filing it under financial regret? Then go download your free Rockpile form or no credit Christmas tracker at debtsucks.info. It's your roadmap to finishing this year strong, and maybe for once, having something to be thankful for in January. But before we wrap up, I want to say something real. I'm thankful for you, for every listener who's faced their debt head on, for everyone who's filled out their rock pile, built their Shit Happens Fund, or made their first debt-free payment. And for those of you who share this podcast with friends, coworkers, or that one family member who really needed it, thank you. You're the reason this show exists. You're the proof that real people can make real change. And hey, if this episode made you laugh, cringe, or rethink your Amazon cart, share it. Tag that one friend who's already calling their Black Friday haul a smart investment. Let's save them before Santa puts them on the collections list. Because remember, adulting is hard. Debt makes it harder. But gratitude, patience, and a plan, that's how you win, even on Black Friday. Until next time, stay grounded, stay weird, and stay debt-free, my friends.